Okay guys, g'day and welcome to another episode of the Bounce Accounts, a special EPL preview of season 2014-15. I'm joined here with a couple of special guests and the usual Ellen Scalios. We got Lucas here, Manchester United fan. Say hi.
How you going, guys?
And
Hello, world.
And Lorenz here, an Arsenal fan.
Hey guys.
So just quickly guys, where can they find you on Twitter?
Where can they find? Oh, well, I'm not sure about my Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but the link will be down below after this.
Lorenz,
I have Twitter, just don't know.
Don't know, okay, and Ellis obviously still yet to have.
No, I do have Twitter.
Oh, you've got Twitter now?
Yeah, I had to get it through uni.
Yeah.
So there is a Twitter going with a certain Ellis Gelios hashtag, but
Controversial views.
Yeah.
yes, but you won't
As
really
always.
see too much of me on there. My Twitter presence is still yet to be fully established.
So guys, basically how this preview is going to work, it's going to be in 6 different parts. We're going to go through every team in depth, even Leicester City, because we know everyone knows about Leicester City, and then we'll go into our predictions. But I'm going to firstly ask you guys, foxsports.com.au came out this morning releasing their top 50 EPL players. Can you give me your top 5?
As in current
That's a tough
Yeah,
one.
current
players. That's
Just off the
you gotta
top.
think.
Just off the top.
Oh,
of the
you'd
head.
have to have
Toure, Fabregas,
Fabric.
Ramsey.
Sturridge,
I'd put
Gerrard.
I wouldn't have Sturridge.
I'd put Sturridge in there
Okay.
from last season.
Well, I've got the top 5 right here, and I
tough.
went down RVP 5, Aguero 4, Hazard 3,
I
David
wouldn't-
Silva 2,
Wouldn't agree
and
with
Yaya Toure as number 1.
Not a
I think
single Liverpool
I
player.
think Gerrard was the highest Liverpool player at 8. Sturridge was, I think, 18 or 17, and Philippe
How is the
Coutinho,
second
I
highest?
wouldn't
Philippe
agree with
Coutinho was
the-
48, and Ricky Lambert was 47. So it's
Written
a
by
shame.
Bosnich.
Ricky
Yeah,
Lambert.
Obviously written by Bosnich.
yeah, I think it was by the Fox.
I wouldn't
Sports
put Hazard up there.
No, I think Hazard
Personally, I
is a
think-
bit of it. And Aguero had a poor season last
Yeah.
year compared to Sturridge, so that's a bit of a rough.
Yeah, that's
Rough
very
one.
rough.
But we're going to move now into part 1 of the preview. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Burnley and Chelsea. Lorenz, this is where you're going to speak
Yes,
up most
yeah.
right now. We're going to talk about Arsenal right now. Lorenz, do you think they have enough firepower to contend for the title?
At the start of pre-season, I would have said no, but watching a few of the pre-season games, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the forwards we've got,
Yeah.
we've got quite a few. Sonogo and Giroud is
Yeah.
maybe that like.
That is a world class
Mate.
player. That is a
How is
world-class
Sonogo
player.
going though?
But Sonogo scored 4 goals
Oh.
in his pre-season game against Benfica.
Ashley Young
Mostly
scored
tap-ins,
three.
but look, he causes a lot of problems
Yeah.
to defenders. And we've also got Joel Campbell, who just
Yeah.
came back from a great World Cup.
Yeah.
Those Sanchez, Walcott, Podolski in there, they're all forwards.
Yeah.
I think they've got a lot of goals between them.
Dare I ask you, Lorenz, as an Arsenal fan, as a devoted Gunner fan, are times on the verge of changing at the Emirates, given now that you've really, Wenger's gone, to an extent all out. And
Yeah.
he's really tried to strengthen this squad when usually your squad gets weaker and weaker as the seasons go by, whereas now you've got, you've got the depth, you've got the star players coming in. You've also won 2 trophies back to back, but I believe it was something like 3,000 days you went without a trophy.
Well, it was a long time. But,
So, are times changing? Is
Yeah.
there an evolution
yeah,
taking
no,
place at Arsenal?
it is because the stadium debt,
Yeah.
Emirates stadium debt is gone now. So I think for 9 years, Arsene Wenger had spent £9 net
Yeah.
in 9 years and managed to get
that's
top
impressive.
4.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gone now. We've signed Ozil, Sanchez.
I reckon he'll be the deciding factor for you guys this season. He's just one of those players. He had a bad last season.
Ozil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Sanchez, you've got Giroud. They're players that will get you goals, but Ozil's one that can really pull the strings.
I mean, if
he
Ozil
stays
can
fit.
get some more goals.
Oh, if
it would be-
the season before he came in for Madrid, he was incredible.
Yeah.
He got more assists than Xavi and Iniesta combined in that
Yeah,
whole
I think
season.
he had the most assists in all the top 5 European leagues.
He's a great player. He didn't have a very good World Cup, but he came off a pretty poor season.
But
Also,
even
Giroud
then-
scoring a goal from outside the box.
Yeah.
That's
We're
We're just
worse.
waiting for Hernandez to score outside the
Yeah.
box, and then it'll be complete.
Another one for you, Lorenz. Can you stop your mid-season blues? I think the last couple of years,
Yeah,
during January, February sort of time, you've been right up the top.
yeah.
and then it sort of slid down a little bit from there, and you've been aiming then for top 4.
Need I remind you 5-1.
Yes,
5-1,
yeah,
yes.
I do
That was a
remember,
challenge.
unfortunately. That was a few years ago.
Yeah. Do you think you can stop it with those signings that you're bringing in, basically? Is that...
Look,
Is it
yeah, so
mentality
I
thing?
think we have to do some more business in the transfer window. I think the reason our slip last time was because we lacked that CDM everyone always talks about.
Flamini.
Yeah, Flamini and Arteta. Like, I love those guys, but I think we need that big, powerful midfielder to deal with the likes of Yaya Toure, like the pace of Henderson and stuff like that.
Like Victor Wanyama from Southampton.
He's not for me.
He was
Not
a
for
close
me,
of Jack Cooper call.
I think it's
We need
Wanyama.
Yeah, we need also a top passer CDM.
Yeah.
Because that's how we work. That's how we play. We need like 88% completion rate of passing.
This is where my next question was going to come in. What do you do about Jack Wilshere now that after his smoking controversy during the off season and everything, and the fact that he really hasn't improved, a lot of people said since he was 18, 19,
since Barcelona.
Look, I think he's finally over his injury problems. He's had some serious ankle problems lately. He's had a good pre-season. It's just where does he fit in? Because he's not getting ahead of Ramsey. He can't play that CDM role. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I don't know. In pre-season, we're playing like a Ramsey Wilshere axis with Arteta sitting behind.
Well, Arteta's captain now, so he has to start. Basically, is that what's basically going on with him being defensive midfielder? Because he's captain now.
Just because he's captain doesn't mean he has to start. Because like Man U.
Well,
Captain
Vermaelen
last
didn't
year
start.
was
Vidic.
She didn't really start every game.
Well, Vermaelen didn't start most games and he was captain for you last
Well,
year.
United have this weird little captain.
No, there's club captain
going
game,
on.
like first thing cap. Ferguson. United's got this thing where they'll have a club captain. So for so many years it was Gary Neville. He never played.
Then it was
so
Ferdinand.
Vidic was captain.
Didn't it?
And so they've got a club captain type thing, but then a captain on the day. It's because I don't know. Fergie.
Well, did you see about Barca now have 4 captains for this season?
What? So it's like AFL.
The
leadership
not
team.
even 2. They've got 4 because whoever their new coaches, is it Luis or whoever their new coaches at Barca? You've got you've got Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, and Gerard Piqué, I think it is, and they alternate each week or something.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a school team. Who's captain this week?
Just last thing on Wilshere, I wouldn't have him in my starting 11 when Ozil's back.
Finally, when we finish talking about Arsenal now, you got rid of Vermaelen for 15 million.
That's a loss.
Is that a...
That's a great bit of business there, but where's
15
the
million
replacement though?
You've got Chambers in, who I think is a good signing, but where do you see him playing? Because Wenger said he's more of a defensive midfielder or a centre back, not right back. But
I think Wenger says he can play
anywhere,
any of those roles. At the moment, he's centre back because we have 2 centre backs. We have Mertesacker and Koscielny.
Who do you want Arsenal to go for?
The centre backs?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't think we want like top.
Just
centre
someone,
backs because they're going to be sitting on the bench.
Signing someone like John Stones before he signed his contract at Everton, I reckon that would have been a solid transfer. But I think he signed 5.
I mean, we have the English player now in Chambers, so we don't really need an English centre back.
What about that Argentinian one that Man United are looking at?
the Roger,
Roy.
Oh, he
plays both.
Oh, he plays both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked into him, but there's a lot of interest in that Manolas. I'm not pronouncing that right. The Greek defender had a really good World Cup for Olympiacos.
There was also.
Do you know much about him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's a good player. He's very much a fan favourite at Olympiacos.
Yeah.
However, he plays for Columbus Crew in the MLS, and he was put in an all 11 for the World Cup, playing for Costa Rica. Forgot his name.
it's on the tip of my tongue, but if you know who that is, please leave it in the comment
Marquez?
section below.
No, it wasn't Marquez. He was a youngster, and he was immense, and you'd get him for like 5 or 6 million. So he'd be a top.
Yeah. So we'll finish our Arsenal chat now and move now on to Aston Villa. A bit of turmoil in the off-season, guys, with the owner, Renee Lerner or something. That's the owner. Pronounce it. And he's wanting to sell the club, but no one's still yet to buy them. And there's been a bit of a lack of ambition in the transfer window, bringing in Joe Cole,
Has been.
Senderos.
Yeah, Senderos, and then Kieran Richardson, and then getting Ali Sissoko, who was out, like John Flanagan started in front of him last year for Liverpool for $2 million. So it's a bit of lack of ambition. What do you guys make of that for Aston Villa?
Well, they brought in Roy Keane as an assistant coach. If only he could still play. At least he'll keep people in line, but he's got a bad track record in management. But I don't know, I think their players last season never hit form. I mean, they didn't have Benteke saving them like he did the season before, so it'll be tough for them. I think they brought in players that they can only bring in. You can't ask much for a team that almost got relegated.
They were finishing like top 8 a few years ago, though.
They just couldn't.
When they had Young and
hit
Milner.
form.
They were very disciplined back then under Martin O'Neill. It was very tight knit, and they just made the best signing.
Not to mention that their youth academy had probably their best crop come through with Young and.
Well, that's when like Michael Brighton and stuff, like 2 or 3 years when he was like 19, 18, he was killing it on the right wing, and now he's going out of.
I remember his game against Man United. He was very good,
and everyone said he was going to be starting for England in the next year or two, and now he's gone on a free transfer.
How wrong is that?
I'm not going to actually go out and give my opinion on Ricky Paul Lambert, the Aston Villa manager, because I'm just going to be here forever talking about how underwhelming I find him. But
put him down as the first sucker.
Honestly, signing Roy Keane as an assistant, how is that going to work? I mean, do they know who Roy Keane is? I mean, he's not the kind of man that is going to whisper in people's ears. He's the go-to man. He always has been, even though he hasn't been successful as a manager. And so, signing him as an assistant, and he's just been coaching Ireland, hasn't he?
Oh, he's been
his first
he's been assistant.
He wasn't.
No, because Trapattoni was sacked.
I don't think he took the first team.
He did.
He might. Lambert could be.
Is this Ellis Gale's facts?
Oh well, yeah, but some of them.
Is it Martin O'Neill there?
Yeah. I remember he was assistant or something. But
I thought he was
I think Lambert could be signing his own death wish on that one with bringing in Roy Keane, because if the going gets tough, the fans are going to say just let Roy Keane take control.
And the goings have been tough.
Yeah, so I've put him down as a manager who most likely gets sacked.
And the really tragic thing about Aston Villa is that on the few occasions, one of them was at Anfield last season, they managed a ridiculous draw. But when they do pull out a result, it's in the worst way imaginable. They just literally park the bus and...
But so they have Benteke fit, they just chuck it up to him.
And so when you try to do that at Villa Park, who's going to pay money to go and want to watch that? Loyal Villa fans.
I think the signings for most of the teams in the Premier League so far, bar a few, have been a bit underwhelming. I mean, the big teams, except say Chelsea and City, haven't really brought in the big players. The bottom teams haven't.
I'd say Arsenal brought in a few.
Oh, you brought in
players.
Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez, Ospina, Colombian goalkeeper.
Yeah, but personally, I think that
Debussy.
in terms of the situation for Arsenal, I wouldn't call Debussy a big player.
No, he was ahead of our former right back Sagna in the France team, so a bit of an upgrade.
Yeah,
but I still think Arsenal have work to do.
Anyway, we're going down the list, not up. So,
so that's my fault there.
That's Aston Villa done. There's not much to talk about them. Now Burnley coming up, had a good season coming. I think second in the championship last year with their coach. They're called the Ginger Mourinho, Sean Dyche. They thought they were going to get relegated last year. Odds-on favourite for relegation, come second.
Wow.
The players they've brought in haven't been great, I have to say.
I don't know.
Who have they brought in?
They've got the Ginger Mourinho.
No, they've brought in Michael Kightly from Stoke, Matt Taylor on a free transfer from West Ham, Marvin Sordell for apparently $1 million from Bolton, Stephen Reed from West Brom, Chris Baird, who was a free transfer, and this other bloke, Lukas Kudacek from Middlesbrough.
Matt Taylor. No, I like Matt Taylor.
I think they've got some experienced Premier League guys.
Yeah, because he's scored a few cracks in his time, and he brings the entertainment to the bottom half of the table.
Yeah.
So that's why I like him. But if they've got... Yeah, I think they might be a surprise package for me. I've always liked Burnley, ever since I saw a documentary on them a few years ago. And I think that they could make it this season.
Well, I think in the end they'll either finish 20th or they'll get like 12th or something, and they'll be like...
No way. but to finish in the top 12, you need some quality in that.
Well, they can ride a wave for a season.
I mean, look at Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Okay.
But
Crystal Palace
they
are
did
a good
have
example.
Pulis.
They had Pulis, and they had Jedinak in unbelievable form on the strings.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
I don't think it's
they'll
gonna
either come. I actually think they'll come last, but
Yeah.
they could either go right up top. But they've got a solid core. They've got last season. The players have known each other for a couple of years,
And they've got Matt Taylor.
Fair
got
call,
Matt
but they
Taylor.
don't have Owen Coyle anymore.
Yeah. Any points to add about them, Lorenz?
Oh, well, that Sordell signing is very underwhelming.
Yeah.
He hasn't even been good in the championship.
Yeah. So when you put that up there, it's-
Lorenz wielding the axe.
Yeah, I agree with Lorenz. When you're trying to sign big name players or players that score
Totally
goals
agree.
in Premier League
Totally agree.
experience, getting Sordell, who's struggled for Bolton in the Championship, is a bit of an underwhelming.
What about that old Liverpool one who was playing for Bolton? Jay Spearing. They should have brought him.
Hey, we've met him.
His Premier League.
His TBTC representation right here.
Jay Spearing is Premier League. He's Premier League quality. He is. He
Oh,
just
he's a
wasn't-
Proven at the top
He
level.
just wasn't given a chance.
Well, Davin Go's been released by Swansea now, so
You never know. He could save
after
them.
Bolton paid $4 million for him, they gave him to Swansea for a free, and then he's off on another free.
Oh, that's such bad business.
And it was great business by Liverpool. Now we'll move on to Chelsea, guys. This one might go on for a little bit. I asked all three of you in a straight yes or no answer here. Is it their title to lose with the signings they've made this summer? Yes or no?
Yes.
It's a poor season if they don't win the Premier League. Put it that way.
Oh, can you say yes or no?
It's a one word answer.
I'm not
yes
saying yes or no.
One word, yeah.
I'm not saying yes or no.
Yes or no.
I'm not saying yes or no.
Yes, it's theirs to lose.
Yeah, it's theirs to lose now. So, the signings they've made, which one do you think is the best?
I'd have to say, I might say one of their best signings for me will be Felipe Luis. I have so much respect for that player. For Atletico, he was immense. Everyone will say Diego Costa, but I think in terms of being solid throughout the whole season, Felipe Luis will be the man.
Yeah, well, Fabregas is the one that hurts, obviously. So I'll go with him.
Yeah, look, hard to go past Fabregas. I mean, the thing that I love about them signing Fabregas is that he's, played the Premier League before and done really well.
Yeah.
So, and you don't really get that. You don't really get returning former Premier League players who are still, within their prime.
Yeah.
So,
well, how old is he now? He's only 25 or something now,
I
isn't
think
he?
he's 27 or something, so he's got years
so yeah,
less than a year.
he's right at that point where he's, obviously peaking or,
Did Arsenal put in a bid?
Look, no, they didn't put in a bid, but I think they had some clause where they could have got him.
Yeah,
but
they
He's a
had
player you
first
could have
refusal.
taken.
we could have had him, but then there was no spot for him if you think about it. Someone would have had to go like Wilshere. Because we have Ozil, so that's his.
Fabregas was like a fan favourite.
Would you have been happy to say Wilshere go full?
I would have been, but Wenger isn't that ruthless type of manager. He never has been.
Yeah. One thing I was just going to agree with Lucas. I think Felipe Luis will be good because him on the left means Aspilicueta can go to the right, and then Ivanovic can go into the centre. What he plays better.
Yeah,
So
I think he
for the balance
is-
of the squad.
I think he completes that
So then
defence line.
what happens to Cahill?
Well, it just means there's more competition. What
Yeah.
they need because
I think
might
I think
not be able to
Cahill's
full
always
season.
a squad player for me. I don't think he was
Oh,
as
he
good
was-
as.
he's
I don't think
pretty
he,
well
I
regarded
don't think
as
he
a
was as
starting.
good as Ivanovic and Terry for me. I thought those two are better than.
Do they have
Kurt
Zuma
Zuma,
as well?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Terry's only probably got 1 or 2 more years.
Yeah, I
one more
think-
season. Probably
I think-
lasts as a full
yeah,
fledged
yeah.
starter. Then go to sort of a reserve, not reserve.
If
Jamie
he
Carragher.
stays, if he stays, yeah, but Kurt Zuma's also another one who's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did
Can I just ask, have they still got Czech?
Well, there's the
yes.
battle, yeah. Apparently Madrid.
So they've got
and-
Schwarzer, Czech, and Courtois.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Courtois.
And Kudachini.
Yeah.
Don't
Poor
forget Carlo.
Kudachini.
Poor. I feel so sorry for that guy. Like, honestly, like, he would literally just not. What would he compare to? Like a speck of dust. Really.
Yeah.
Like, no one would know anything.
Give him
about
a chance. He could be the surprise package
Yeah.
this season.
that. That's
Like,
ridiculous.
The comeback. And Turnbull, remember him?
Yeah.
Ross
Bring him
Turnbull.
back. Now, they might lose the title.
Yeah. No, because Qatar is now number 1.
Yeah.
Publicly, Czech is now number 2, so I think Madrid are now going in for Czech.
Would you say Courtois is in the top 2 in the world, behind Neuer? Who would
Yeah, I'd have to say.
or would you
he's
put
youth.
Buffon above?
Nah, not Buffon anymore, I think.
No, I think
Neuer.
Courtois would be
Yeah.
one of the best. Neuer's obviously probably the best going around.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah.
But yeah, he's a very good goalkeeper and so young.
Chelsea have done the old.
I'm actually
classic.
quite a Lloris fan myself.
Lloris.
Yeah, that's really cool. Chelsea did the classic sign all the good young players up and then loan them out. And they did that well with Grotta. 3 seasons they brought him.
Oh, no, they got some good young players. So Lucas Piet's on and all of those guys. But how
I swear he's been good for 3 years though as a youngster.
They've all gone to Vitesse or that Chelsea line.
They go everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's classic.
They send about 20 players out. They send a full squad out on loan.
And they've got such exciting young players going out on loan. And when you look at other teams, you're just like, who are they?
Yeah.
And see, we're still forgetting about guys like Willian.
Yeah, and Schürrle.
Well, Schürrle's rumoured to be
off. Schürrle's the World Cup winner.
Yeah. They've still got Oscar. They've got their squad
and Torres and Demba.
Demba Ba's off to Besiktas.
Oh really?
Yeah. Besiktas.
Oh okay.
Besiktas.
Yes. No, but they've got an excellent squad, so it is theirs to lose. Finally, guys, selling David Luiz for 50 million, is that the deal of the summer?
Yeah, deal of the summer. Horrible defender.
Yeah. I still think his best position actually would be up front. I actually think his best position is a centre forward because he's tall.
Yeah.
He's got great ball skills, and he can shoot, but he just can't defend.
He can't defend, and in the midfield, he just doesn't really. He's not as good as other midfielders going around.
I disagree completely. I think his horror show at the World Cup just puts an unfair blight.
Did you see him?
Have you seen him in Premier League season?
I actually rate him. I
actually really rate him, but then I watched PSG versus Napoli, and he was atrocious.
Yeah, well, he's just gotten there, so give him. He's shown that he's a good player. Like, I don't understand why I have to defend him here. Like,
where has he shown his ability? Where has he shown? In your dream, in management.
He has played well for Chelsea.
Ellis loves David Luiz because in the unshowed EPL season review that we didn't get out before we went overseas.
That could not be spoken of.
He said last year he'd be player of the season.
Ellis had David Luiz as a better player last year than Steven Gerrard. So
well done.
Well done, Ellis.
I rate the guy. I'm sorry.
Anything else on Chelsea, guys? So it's theirs to lose. We agree.
Yeah, it'd be theirs to lose, and I hope they don't win.
Yeah,
because I want to see Mourinho go trophyless after what he said about Arsene Wenger.
Yes.
Because but I think they've got a very, very good squad.
Yeah. So guys, that's the end of part 1 now. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Burnley and Chelsea. Tune in and click the next video. That will be Crystal Palace, Everton, Hull and Leicester. We'll see you there in a second.